Hi, everyone, and welcome to Humans on the Verge, my new podcast. I am Kelly Carlin-McCall, and I'm very excited that you are here. Hell, I'm excited I'm here. So, Humans on the Verge is a phrase I came up with a few years ago, part of my work, the transformational work I do through my life coaching business. And I really love the phrase because I feel like it just sums up everything my life is about. I'm a seeker. I'm always curious about how to change myself, how to transform my difficulties, my parts of me that feel crazy, the parts of me that get in the way. And I'm always seeking towards something, looking for the next best version of myself or the thing that wants to be expressed through me. But I always feel like I'm on the verge in some ways. And that's part of the reason I do transformational work is because I love watching people who are on the verge and watching them take the step over the line into the next thing they want to do. It's like magic bliss for me. And so I wanted to do this podcast because, well, as a species, we are on the verge. I mean, yikes, right? So I thought I would have a little place where I could talk to people that I find interesting, that I think have an interesting take on what it takes for humans to move through our confusion, our inability to have authority or autonomy or true power, and to move to the other side of that. And what's keeping us stuck? What keeps us stuck personally? What keeps us stuck as a species? I'm fascinated by this stuff. So we're always waking up to some new version of ourselves. And of course, my old podcast was called Waking from the American Dream. So this is a big extension of that conversation. And how I see this podcast working is once a month, we'll have a conversation where I will talk to someone about how they are working through a verge of their own or have in some ways. Are they in a transition? Are they have they been? What was that like for them? What did they do? How did they survive it? How did they make it to the other side? What have they been shedding? What have they been claiming? But I will also talk to them about how their work pertains to the edges of change also, changes in consciousness especially. That's the thing I'm most interested about. New ways of seeing and being and doing. And I'm guessing a lot of these people will have been doing this work for a while, and they've seen the ebb and flow of change of our culture, of how people approach change, of our species, of our planet, and maybe get some good elder wisdom, sage wisdom out of them. And of course, the biggest question is, we're living in super complicated times, and I'm hoping to have conversations with people that can help us all cope with these times. But even beyond cope, how can we participate in a way that will bring about a change that hopefully is the best for all beings on this planet? And then the second podcast of the month will be me talking about these topics. Whatever the topic was with the person I had just spoken to, I'll dig into my own personal wrestling with it, how I use it in my personal life, and then, of course, how I use it in my professional life with other people that I work with. And I'll give you some hints, some ideas, some practices, some techniques, maybe some things to read, and, of course, always an invitation to join me or the person that I interviewed earlier in the month to do the work with them. So I hope that we can create a lovely community here of humans who are on the verge. And I hope to share time with you here and in many other places, because the only way we're going to be able to do any of what we're up to is by doing it together. So welcome to Humans on the Verge.